I used to think, oh, I can think for myself. I'm a free thinker. But really, I was definitely a people pleaser. I thought it was under control. Like, this is all on purpose. I'm doing this because I want to, not because I feel forced to. Because I always saw people pleasing as in not thinking for yourself and just giving in to pressure. I feel like I never really gave in to pressure. I just did whatever I wanted. If I didn't want to do it, I just didn't do it. But I think I unconsciously was one in ways I didn't even consider, like trying to tiptoe around everyone and trying to guess and act around them to please them, you know, to kind of fit this mold that I thought they had of me, which eventually they would have of me because that's all they saw, that's all I presented to them. And I feel like upon realizing this was a big ego death, because I was thinking, I'm not a people pleaser. Like, those people are like spineless, they can't think for themselves. But it was me all along. Definitely a humbling experience. I was a contrarian, but I kept it all in my head because I didn't want to upset or tip the balance of anything really, wherever I was. I wanted to create this perfect reputation. I was sort of obsessed with the idea of having this clean reputation where people think I'm this nice, shy person that is drama-free. Like, I wanted to avoid drama like the plague, so I just shut my mouth and I just didn't talk that much and didn't really express my opinion. I would be free from drama. I would be free from complicated relationships, and that if I never create conflict. I was very conflict avoidant. I really was a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser and trying to appease everyone. I was just trying to be as passive and pleasant as possible in the background. Unproblematic, you know? Like, maybe you weren't super close to me, but you just knew me as, oh, that's Kat, like, she's chill. I wouldn't go into debates and I wouldn't argue with people. I would just state things as they are and like drop it straight away, or just trying to be as nonchalant as possible, because I feel like some contrarians are quite annoying. If you're like talking about something like small talk and then they're like, no, actually, blah, 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 and they just disagree to everything you say, like, it's actually quite tiring. So I wouldn't do that. I would just think it. Trying to be liked by everyone and trying to have that clean reputation just never works out, because I feel like people are always going to not like you for no reason. Something about you probably triggers something in them or reminds them of something that they don't like. You know, it's just their perceptions that they're projecting on you. And I think I knew that logically, but I never actually knew that. I thought, oh, but I can still create this image of myself that I'm unproblematic and I'm, you know, innocent, you know, so that my reputation precedes me. If, I don't know, someone was extremely disrespectful and rude and stuff, I can be like, does that even sound like me? No. So how can that even be me? And in that way, I would avoid drama. That's what I wanted to have. I wanted it to be like a no-brainer. I think once there was this one drama that I was in, it was like for a very like short time, where like one person just didn't like me, but I didn't really know her that well. But she had a problem with me, and then she kind of like told this other person that I'm on good terms with that I said that I hated her and that she's an effing bitch. Yeah. And then I addressed her later like, just listen to the language. Does it even sound like me? Because I don't swear. Like, I never swear. So that's like one instance where it really worked in my favor. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. This is why I have this clean reputation. And I didn't think that was people pleasing at all, but really it is, because you're not really living for yourself. you're living for other people and you're constantly trying to curate your personality, and you're always watching and observing people and trying to guess what they think about you. And I think it just becomes very unhealthy and toxic because you're constantly thinking about, what do people think of me? What do people think of me? If I do this, will it change my image? I think it's important to have control, some, mindfulness around the consequences, the social consequences of your actions. But I think, authenticity is important. If that's just who you are, or that's what you believe to be true, then lean into it. You don't have to constantly conform to everyone else's perception of you, or what you think people think of you, or what you think people will like, because you can never fully know. Also, our likes change all the time. Like, we're fickle human beings. I don't know, we're very complicated, multifaceted human beings, so it's kind of hard to have the ego to think what everyone wants, what everyone likes. Because there's just some people that you just don't like for any reason. There's some people that I just don't like for any reason, and it's not anything to do with them. It's more of me. For example, celebrities. You're not gonna like every celebrity. It's not really the actors or that celebrity's fault, It's just preferences. Because if you don't dislike anything, then you can't really like anything. Does that make sense? And also the idea that you cannot be liked by all. A friend to all is a friend to no one. Because if you're trying to be friends with everyone, you're trying to be liked by everyone. You're spreading yourself too thin, and you're not really being yourself. Because if you're really being yourself and authentic and expressing the things that not everyone will like, then people will never really see the real you. People will never really love you. People will just see a very shallow and superficial version of you that you present, but they won't actually see the deeper self. People might not like, but people might really like. Yeah, everything in life is a gamble, but it's still something I need to improve on, because sometimes I still find myself slipping under into the old habits of trying to say the things that I know they want to hear. Yes, it can be strategic, but I think you need to know when to turn it on and off. I'm not doing it out of insecurity. I hated the idea of being disliked, but I think that's just a tough truth that I really had to just learn. People are just not gonna like me, and that's okay. But if I didn't have people that didn't like me, then I wouldn't have the people that do love me. The people that see my flaws and my weaknesses and my annoying traits. I have a lot of annoying traits, but then they still love me regardless. I won't have those type of people, I don't think you can truly accept and love someone if you don't see their flaws and accept them. And I think it's very true in friends as well. The friends that stay are the friends where I see their flaws and I still accept them, and I still want to be friends with them. I still care about them. But I was very pessimistic. I had a very pessimistic view of the world. I would analyze other people, and I would literally see stats for everyone. Those video game stats, the health bars in front of on top of the characters. I would have that for people in general, and I think I'd compare myself with everyone. I think I'm better than them at this, because this is their skill level, this is my skill level, but I know that they're better than me in this, and here's mine. Mine's small. I was always gauging where I was with everyone, and in the same way that I was watching everyone's reactions of me and just collecting data on everyone, trying to control my environment as much as I could. I think that was just an unhealthy obsession of being so concerned with the external, and then just constantly trying to validate my worth through the external rather than the internal. One of the ways I really utilize these analyses of people is reverse role models. I think I focused more on reverse role models rather than role models, because I was focusing on the negative so much. But there was a lot of people where I was like, I don't want to be like them. I'll be watching when they do this, I will make sure I don't do that. Or someone does something that's I think is a little bit rude, and I can see other people react a little bit. They look a bit uncomfortable. I like clock that and I'm like, okay, I'm never doing that, because I can see people don't like that. Which felt like I was in control. I'm like, yes, these are the things that are gonna make me become the person that I want by not being these things. You know? Process of elimination, sort of. But I think when there's no call to action, there's no thing that I'm trying to strive to be like, these positive attributes, like I want to be more patient, for example. If I don't strive to be that, then all I'm giving myself are these limiters of like, you can't go here, you can't go there. Like this road is blocked, this road is blocked, this road is blocked. But then there's like nowhere for me to move forward. Like I don't know what direction that I should go in. I just know where I shouldn't go. And I think that just got me very stagnant for a very long time, I think. That kind of built a lot of prejudice and kind of led me to not wanting to connect with people and just struggling to make emotional connections. I think I was like driven by like disgust. Like these things disgust me, so I don't want to be like that. I was definitely a lot more negative than I was positive. You guys should learn from me. Positivity is the way. Because I guess if you focus on all the positive, that's all you see. And I guess your brain will start trying to find evidence to make it true. If you're always thinking, oh, I'm so blessed, or things always work out for me, then you always start to notice and fixate on the things that go well for you. And you start to really believe that things go well for you.
Yeah, so guys, please learn from me. You can please have differing opinions. You can think for yourself. You can think differently. You can be a contrarian if you like, but just don't be a people pleaser. Realize if you're not living for yourself, but you're always constantly thinking about other people and how they think about you. Because sometimes it really doesn't matter. Also, be positive. Don't be like me. Sure, some people think that being pessimistic is this highest state of mind. Oh, it's better to be prepared for the worst, but why not be prepared for the best? Why not expect good things to happen? Hope you resonated with this. Hope you related to any of this. Hope you learned anything. Feel free to let me know about anything. Give me any advice, please. I love to know. All right, thank you for listening.